Thanks for tuning in to AV Cars FL. And today I'm going to be talking about Turo. If you don't know what Turo is, it's spelled Turo. And you can go ahead and Google it. It's a car sharing platform. So you can put your car on Turo, you can rent it out to people and make some money. You can turn this into a side hustle, a business. It all depends on you, right? And some of you watching this may already be a Toro host, so you might be familiar with what I'm talking about. And some of you may have just found out, or you may be familiar with it, but you still haven't tried it out, and you're watching this video because you're thinking about it. So hopefully I'm able to help you. If you have any questions about Toro, go ahead in the comment section, write them in there. I'll try to do my best to answer the questions as best as I can because I want to help those that are thinking about joining or even already on there. Now, you may be wondering, how long have I been on there? I've been on there for a little over 2 years. I started with my personal car and I ended up growing to 4 cars. So I bought 4 additional cars under an LLC, and I've been doing this for over 2 years and been able to make a profit. But within those 2 years, there have been some changes on Toro, which have made it more difficult for myself. And I want to share this with you in case you're running through some of these same situations as I am. But before I get into it completely, in the description box, do me a quick favor, go ahead and check it out, because everything that I use for Toro, you can go ahead and find in that description box. So if you're a Toro host or thinking about being one, go ahead, check it out. Now, if you're going to do Toro, you need to figure out how you're going to do it, right? Are you going to do deliveries? Are you not going to do deliveries? Because for everyone, it's going to be a little bit different. It's really going to depend on where you live, how much time do you have to, devote to doing this. But I'm going to share how I do it. I do deliveries and I live by the airport. And I think if you're watching this and you're in a situation like I am, that you live near an airport, I think that's a huge advantage. But one of the changes that I was talking about earlier that's affected me, Toro has come with a change. Now, sometimes change is great. Sometimes change may not be the best. In this case, I don't think this is great, but if you do Toro and you don't do deliveries and they just pick it up at your house, then you won't be faced with this change, because it really doesn't apply to anyone unless you do deliveries, right? If you're doing deliveries and that's the main focus on your on when you do Toro, this will most likely affect you. So I live by the airport, and I just do all my transactions with Toro is at the airport. I leave the car at the parking garage, and the guests would come, get the car there. I have the lockbox in the window. I give them the code. They get in the car, and I don't have to be there. So I get the reservation in advance. I know what time I need to have it there, so I'll get it there when I'm out of work. So I work with the time that I have available to do Toro, because I still have a 9 to 5. But I would have at the airport, lockbox, everything, communicate through the app with the guest, and then once they arrive at the airport, I let them know where it's parked, and I don't even have to be there. So that's great. Now, it's not 100% passive, because a lot of people say, oh, Toro. No, it's not 100% passive, because you got to clean the cars. It takes your time. You need to go on there and update prices. And I think that's why some people don't succeed, right? They don't devote the time that it requires. But again, you're probably wondering, what am I talking about? What's this change? The change is I can no longer charge the guest for parking. Okay. And the way I ran Toro and that worked for me, I offered free delivery, because since I live close to the airport, I could afford to go to the airport, not charge a guest a delivery fee. But because I don't charge the delivery fee, I would charge them later the parking fee. And I would disclose that on my profile. So I'm not hiding it from the guest. I would put it on my profile, so hopefully the guest would read, and most of the time they did not. So I would have an automatic message once you book with me that will say, thank you for booking with me. And it would show that, hey, I'm going to be charging you for the parking lot fee. Because some people, they would do Toro and they would do deliveries and they would try to make a profit on the deliveries, which that's fine. You decide how you want to run it. And that's what I like, is having the power to decide how you want to do it, right? So if you're on Toro and you want to charge the delivery fee and try to make a profit on it, that you should be allowed to do that. if you don't want to charge it because where you live, whatever, that's your advantage, right? You should be able to have an advantage if you can. And that was one of my advantages. Hey, I live near the airport. I don't have to charge the fee. So no fee, but I'm going to have to charge you the parking because unfortunately it's not free to park at the airport. And they said, look, you can't do that anymore. So now I'm forced to charge a parking fee, right? So if you, not parking fee, sorry, a delivery fee, but I use that delivery fee to cover most of the parking fee. So for example, at the airport, I park in well, they changed it now there's certain areas that you have to park. So before I can park in the terminals and all that, but I don't know if it's the airport Toro. They update some rules where you can only park in certain areas of the airport. So it could be in the case where I live, it could be in the surface lot, which is $20 a day, or it could be economy parking, which is $14 a day. So what I do is I charge now a delivery fee. Now I try to do it low to help, but unfortunately, Toro takes a cut of my delivery fee. So I'm charging a delivery fee not to make any profit, not to make any money, it's just to cover the cost so I can operate. And I do it so like it's 14 at economy. So that's where I park. I park in economy. So when I bring in the car and drop it off, the way the guest is going to leave, they're going to go through the SunPass, ePass, right? And it just charges the transponder, and it's going to be $14. And then when they drop it off, and I come get it, it's another $14. It's going to be $28 that I'm going to spend just in parking to drop off and get the car. I'm going to have that expense, which before I did not. Now I have that expense, so now I have to charge a delivery. Now that's less attractive, meaning less bookings because there's a delivery fee. And before, when you would do free deliveries, Toro would put a little icon on your profile that would show free delivery. So, right, you kind of pop out. Now, I no longer have that, but luckily I've still been getting bookings. But I charge only $30 for the delivery. That I'm because I'm not really looking to make a profit on the deliveries, just want to cover the expense. Now, it is $28. You heard 30. You're probably thinking, okay, so you're covering your costs, making $2. No, Toro's taking 10% of that. So even though I'm charging 30, Toro gets 10% of that. I'm not even making the full parking lot fee. I take a little bit of a hit, but I say, all right, it is what it is. This is a change. I got to work with it, or I gotta stop doing it, right? So let's see how it goes. And basically, that's what I'm doing because this change is pretty recent, and I'm going along with it. So far, I've been getting bookings. So far, it's been working out. I'm still running profitable, but it has cut into how much I made. I used to make a little bit more. Now I make a little bit less. I'm saying this to you because this is important. If you are a Toro host and you do deliveries like I do, you need to take this into account because now your income that you're making from doing this is going to be reduced because of this new expense, right? They don't want you charging the gas for parking. You got to pay for it if you're going to, operate and do deliveries at the airport. So, I like to know what you're doing. That I'm basically sharing what I'm doing in hopes to help the individuals that are doing deliveries at the airport. Hey, I got to charge a delivery fee. It is what it is. And I'm tweaking it, right? As time goes by, I've done it. To be honest, I just bumped it up to 30. I started at 25. The reason I bumped it up to 30 because again, I'm taking that hit and I'm trying to get to a situation where I'm not taking a hit at all, but I'm doing it slowly to see how it's going to affect my bookings. Because a lot of people say it's just, do the delivery fee, raise your prices. Anytime you do that, it's going to affect your bookings. And remember, you have competition. And one of the biggest reasons I feel a lot of people don't do well in Toro, because a lot of people don't, some do, but a lot don't, like everything in life, is because they don't dedicate the time that it requires. You need to constantly go on Toro in your area and check your competition for the car that you have. Hey, what's the rates going for? And you're going up against all types of situations. You got people on there that are just using Toro to offset a payment. You got people on there that are trying to make a profit. You got people on there that are trying to run, they quit their 9 to 5 and they're doing this as a business. You got a bunch of different individuals on there and they're on there for different reasons. So you're going to have a bunch of different pricing. And you're big, and that's really what hurts you the most is the people on there. Some people, they have no idea what they're doing. They're buying these cars and they're booking them extremely low. And that just makes it tougher for the ones that are actually, smart enough to say, hey, I'm trying to run this to make money and it needs to be rented at a certain price. But some people, I don't think, understand the basic math because some of the prices are just ridiculously low. And that leads me to believe, okay, they must just be trying to offset their payments. But if you're on there, you got to compete with all this. And that's just like in any business you run, any side hustle, just think about it. You're going to have competition. You got people on there with all different prices and you just got to make the best of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. So I started with 25 on the parking lot, just bumped it up to 30. I am around the holidays, so I'm still getting bookings, but I do have that in mind. Hey, it's a holiday season. It's usually a little bit busier when it comes to getting cars rented out. So that might be why I'm not having too much of an issue at the $30 mark. And we'll see if I can bump it out to 35 to where I'm not taking a hit at all. But right now I am. I can still, as things are going, it's still going good. But I wanted to make this video and share this with you because what about if you're thinking about doing Turo and you're thinking about doing deliveries? This is something that you could be faced with if you're thinking about doing airports. Mainly, it's just they don't want you charging guests for parking fees. So it could be, you may deliver somewhere else. If there's a parking fee, they don't want you passing that on to the customer. It's a no-no. So you kind of eat it. Now, if you're doing deliveries and there's no parking fees, there's none of that, then you're not really going to be faced with this situation. If you don't do deliveries, you're not going to be faced with this situation. But if you do deliveries like I do at an airport or at a location, a train station, somewhere where there's a parking fee, this is going to be an obstacle for you. And I wanted to go over what I'm doing, right? I'm charging the delivery fee, which I used to not do that. And I'm trying out slowly to see how it's going to affect my bookings. So far, not too bad. But again, it is the holiday, so we'll have to see as the year goes on. But I wanted to pass this on to you. Hopefully, you found it helpful. So if you did, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I really would appreciate it. And if you're wondering what types of videos I make videos about Turo. I also make videos about the cars and the car market. I make videos about that because I'm a car guy. I'm into cars and also finance, right? I'm all about making additional source of incomes, try and make more money, bettering yourself, right? And I like to share my experience. So I'm trying to work on something where we can get like-minded people all involved in a community and help each other with ideas and ways to make money. So that is something I am going to work on. If you think that's something that you would be interested in, let me know down in the comments below. I like to see if there's an interest for that. Because that will help me see if there is, and that'll help me, see what I can do to get this out there and get like-minded people together and grow and become better. So I really would like to know if you're interested, but if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and don't forget to check out the description box. I really appreciate you watching. See you on the next one.